Kyle take the floor first. The next receiver, which was after Marshall and Atwell, was Josh Palmer from Tennessee. He went to the Chargers with the 14th pick in the third round.
Yeah, so Palmer's real interesting. I don't think he was on many people's pre-draft list. At least I didn't see him on any sleeper list or anything and I didn't actually do much scouting on him. But he's an interesting profile. He's got a lot of speed. He's got decent size. And there's really not a whole lot of opportunity right now. But Mike Williams ends up leaving, which I think a lot of people are expecting with this massive contract. This is the guy that could end up being the number 2 for Herbert for the years to come. So I don't see him overtaking Keenan Allen. Anytime soon, but this guy could end up with 100+ targets. If the things shake the right way. So he's definitely somebody that's on my radar because at these spots we're going to kind of get into this. What you really want is somebody that's going to be tied to an offense and a quarterback that's going to have a lot of stability, or you want guys that have opportunity because there's not really that much talent ahead of them. So I do like Palmer. I've seen him go all over the board as far as rookie drafts. So, I've seen him go as far as late second in rookie drafts and, all the way into the 4th round. So it really is based dependent on the rest of your league of where you're going to have to take him. But this is somebody that I'm at least willing to just sit on the back of my roster and maybe wait on a year and see if he can get a role in San Diego to go forward.
This is one of those really interesting prospects because, like you were saying, Kyle, this is a guy that I did not have on my radar before the draft, and I think we did a rookie draft or so, and I do not believe that this guy got a practice rookie draft. And I don't believe that this guy got drafted or is even really discussed at all. And guys like Raheem Boyd and Kyle Trask, we drafted those guys over Josh Palmer, but all of a sudden Palmer gets drafted into the 3rd round, comes out of the blue. Now he's going to a destination with the Chargers where, like you said, Kyle, there's a genuine opportunity for Palmer to become the number 2 receiver there in the long term because of the deal with Mike Williams. So there's a genuine opportunity. However, my concern with Palmer is less about the opportunity, and I think that's really what has helped him rise on a lot of draft boards and is why he's going in the rookie drafts. It's more of the talent and the fact that he wasn't basically even on my radar heading into the draft is a little bit concerning because you want a guy that you are faithful in their talent because out of everything, talent is what shines. It's not necessarily the opportunity. Being at the right place in the right time is good in the short term in a redraft, but if you're thinking long term and you're thinking dynasty, well, situations change on a year-to-year basis. So do we believe that Josh Palmer in the long term will be able to be the number 2 receiver for the Chargers, or will they just go ahead and get Justin Herbert a new number 2 target after a year or two? And that's a genuine debate and something I'm conflicted with because sure, I like Josh Palmer at the moment, but I just don't know if 5 years from now, if Josh Palmer is going to be relevant. So for this reason, I'm a bit conflicted on Josh Palmer. Although the guys that were drafted after Josh Palmer, I'm a little bit higher on. Those are guys that I would look to target in my dynasty draft.
Yeah, well, one thing to note with Palmer, he was out of Tennessee, correct?
Yes.
Yeah, so I remember watching, because I'm a UK fan, so I remember watching Tennessee, and I think they were the only team in the entire country that had worse quarterback play than Kentucky last year. So I remember when we played them, we knocked out like 3 of their quarterbacks because they were so bad. They were just throwing pick after pick. So I really do think that there might have been some talent here that maybe went under the radar from a lot of people because the stats weren't there. But, I think a lot of it might have been the quarterback play. Tennessee's had absolutely atrocious play.
That's a great point there. That's concerning though, just because you don't exactly know what Palmer is going to be able to become. But if he ends up falling, that's a guy that I wouldn't be opposed to picking. But
yeah, but as we were talking about sell windows, and guys that I didn't care for because I don't really plan on playing them. Palmer seems one of the reasons why I think he's interesting is regardless if he ever plays for your team, your dynasty team, I do think that there's going to be a sell window at some point. If Mike Williams ends up leaving, even if they do bring in another number one wide receiver to go next to Keenan Allen, somebody that's more talented than Palmer, there will probably be more than likely be a week or 2 week window or something at some point that people will get really excited about and call him a sleeper. And then you might be able to turn around and flip him for a profit.
Moving